I don't want to see one more white creator clutch their pearls or tell me how they're horrified or how they want to leave the country and how you're having a mental breakdown and how it's too much to handle about what's happening in this country. I don't want to hear a goddamn thing about it. I truly don't. You got a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of an inch what it's like to be black in this country. Feels pretty doesn't it? Yeah, it does. Do you know why we're here? It's because our demographic, primarily white men who this land was designed to benefit, didn't stand up with people of color, with our black brothers and sisters, with the Native Americans, with minorities, because it didn't affect them. That's why we're here. There is the class war, eat the rich, yes. This is about the original sin of this country. Make America white again, because that's what they want. Last night I was on a live, and this lady was just heartbroken. She's like, I don't know, like we had, 75 years of progress, and it's all being taken away. And I asked a question, and I think it's the right question. Was it progress, or was it just suppressed? I would argue the latter, because it sure feels like this racism is like a reservoir, and it's a body of water behind a dam, and it's been dying to push out. And that's what this Klan leader is in the White House. He is that outlet for the dam. He unleashed it. It was there.
Hey, bro,
our neighbors, our friends, our family, they were always racist. He just said, hey, little Billy, hey, it's okay. Don't hide anymore. Take off your white hoods. Exactly. Don't hide your face. Do it in public.
Exactly.
Who were they going after?
Exactly.
The racially profiling people. DEI, CRT, equality. Charlie Kirk, the white supremacist. Hey, if the pilot's black, do I know that they're qualified? Has he ever said that about a white pilot? Of course not. Who did they pick? The most unqualified, bumbling idiot. A convicted felon, caused an insurrection, cheats on his wives, sexual abuse. But hey, you know what? He's white. So when you see a lot of these evangelicals, because...
hey, why do we seem to be missing that fact? Why do we seem to be missing the fact that he went on several end of movie cut scenes and several fucking talk where he's fucking public interviews, global public interviews, and told you he'll touch your 18-year-old daughter when he was already 45? Why do we seem like that was 30, 40 years ago? He's been doing it ever since, and we just act like we don't call that point out. We call everything else out except for that point. That shit crazy. I tell my wife, that's what my white friends say. When did he say that? Bro, he's been saying it since 40 years ago when he's been fucking 40 years old. Get the fuck out of here. What do you mean when did he say it? He said it on several fucking intercut scenes. Oh, I forgot. I just keep saying this. Oh, I forgot. Y'all don't watch the end of the cut scenes. I forgot. I forgot. Y'all don't really watch the real deep part of the interview. You only watch what your grandmama and your mama tell you to watch on there, and then say what he said, and then fuck the rest of it. Oh yeah, I watched it. Yeah, he said this and that. Yeah, but you turned it off right before he was saying when he was gonna touch a fucking 17-year-old daughter pussy. Get the fuck out of here.
I see a lot of them in my family. Middle-aged white, praise Jesus, praise Jesus. Yeah, you think Jesus wants a man like this? You think he's a great reflection? No. I'm going to tell you why they support him. Because they view, when you hear the phrase nuclear family or traditional family values or Christian nation, when was this a Christian nation again? I'm sorry, because I haven't heard one thing. It was founded by founding fathers that owned slaves. They owned goddamn black people like cattle. Yeah, praise Jesus, right? Black people were worth 3/5 of a person. Praise Jesus. Only 21-year-old white men had rights in this country. Praise Jesus. Such a Christian nation. Every atrocity in this country and across the world has been done by a person with religion who has weaponized religion to push the white supremacy. That's it.
That's all.
Look at the Catholic Church. How many young men have been affected? And none of you Catholics stood up. You still go to church and give your tithes while they pay out billions of dollars in civil lawsuits because it didn't affect you, so you don't give a damn. Look at the Baptist church. Decades they covered up the mistreatment of women. It's gross. And you still went to church and praise Jesus. Look at all the pastors right now that are being arrested for doing inappropriate things with people underage. Praise Jesus, right? But then you hear Bishop Uday. Kindness, compassion, empathy. Nope, we don't want that. That's right, because you want to make America white again. You want Leave It to Beaver. You want a white kid in a white ice cream shop sitting next to a white cop being served by a white ice cream server. That's what you want. And for all of you middle-aged white people, you are scared to hell that that's going away. And when you hear Fox News, they have posted 244 pieces about trans people since February. Nothing about gun violence. Nothing about universal health care. Nothing about giving people a living wage. Actual policies that would make.
Notice what he talking about. Listen to what he talking about. Listen to what he talking about. Listen to what he talking about. But we talking about color though. We talking about I don't want to stand next to him because he's Mexican. But yet the same motherfuckers that you make America great again. They're trying to teach our fucking kids in the classroom about being a fuck. He's a boy. They're trying to teach him about being a fucking girl. Wake up, man. This shit real. Listen to what he's saying. That's all I can say. I can't say no more. I'm gonna let him do the talk because it seems like he's going in the right direction.
Make people's lives better because it questions their version of the traditional family. And when you hear that, let me be very clear what traditional family values means. It means white America. That's what it means. They want to put the 10 Commandments in Texas. They want to put Bibles in Tennessee. I'm a person of faith, and I have no right, zero, to push my religion or my faith on you.
Exactly.
That's what free will is. Exactly. See, and those white Christian nationalists, those white supremacists, they don't want free will. They want to push their religious ideology on you because they actually believe this is a Christian nation, because they don't want to take 2 seconds to realize that we are a third world country, that we've never been a great nation for everybody. And that's done through indoctrination, right? You're born in American flag diapers, and you wake up every morning and you eat your freedom Wheaties and you do the Pledge of Allegiance. Best country in the whole universe ever by not even a close measure. Then you feed your pet bald eagle, and you go to work and you polish the Constitution, and you have 800 trillion American flags. America, America, yeehaw, America first. But see, you don't give a damn about the people that the flag represents.
You got to make this shit make
You
sense.
just care that your version of what America was lied to you, that you were the Truman Show, because that's what this is. You were told it was great, and it's not. Right now, the way that we're acting, we're a shithole country. And a lot of people that are white don't want to hear that. Why don't you go ask black people if they think it was great? Why don't you go ask some Native Americans if it was great for them? Because this was their land. Why don't you go ask the Hawaiians when it was great for them? Because we stole their land. We took the land from Mexico. Hell, we took black people from Africa because us white people were too goddamn lazy to do the jobs ourselves. And for all of you people demonizing immigrants, I don't see your lazy asses out in the field doing the jobs. Why is that? Because you just didn't want non-white people here.
I say, bro, I ain't never had, how I say, bro, ever since I was little, I had different mixed race of friends. Ever since I was little, bro, I always attracted different type of people. So it's like I ain't never really